Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and the drama never stops. I don't know why I'm thinking this drama is gonna cool down or anything. No, it's actually increasing. Everything is just the online culture is just captivating absolutely every aspect of our society. That's what it seems like, and this is no different. Okay, the clicks, the paying attention, people love it. I mean, it's a drug, and this drug is infecting everywhere. The last time we left off was the drama that was happening in Spain. Remember that? Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid. I would say the victim is Atletico Madrid, really, is between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Specifically, Perez. Perez came on right at the end of the season. They were upset about the fact that they haven't won major trophies in 2 years. Pretty sad, and the club were criticizing him, and he was sick of it. He was tired of people telling him that he's not, we might need some change. He's hearing that. He's like, did you people forget what I gave you, all this time that I was here? Did you forget who I was? So he wanted to go out in public, remind them that, hey, I might be old, but I'm not dead. And he was just tired of people. There was like speculation of him having cancer. He was sick of it. So he basically called all the press, got them together, and he's like, you guys need to chill out. Are you guys thinking like I'm the fault of this? I've been great. And you're talking about this fight that's happening between the players. That's something that happens all the time. Who's the person who's putting this information into the public? Let's figure that out. Who's telling you guys this, huh? And then he was like, everybody's pretty happy about me being president. In fact, they said I was the best president ever. I'm not saying that. They're saying that. That's what he said. So, and then he said, if you think I'm not great, I'll put an election just to let y'all know that it's me. I'm going to win again. So he put out an election, credit to him. And during the election, there was only like two major candidates. It was him and the other guy that he was going against. He promised the Madrista that he was going to get them. If he was elected, he was going to get them Holland. Obviously, clickbait. And again, every aspect of our society, I'm telling you, check this out. So this dude basically said, if I become president, I will get Holland. I have a signed doc with his agent or whoever, okay, it's going to be done deal. And it got to the point where first Holland father's like, yo, I don't know what this guy's talking about. That's not true. And then the club itself was like, yo, we're going to take some legal action. This is absolutely absurd. You need to back it off. Back it off, man. And before anything could move further, obviously, Perez comes out, okay? Perez comes out with a bombshell saying that, yo, if I get reelected again, you're going to get a $150 million player. And I'm not even going to tell you who it is. You guys got to wait until Tuesday to find out. And then on Tuesday when he came around, it was Alvarez. It was Alvarez. It was it was Julian Alvarez. Listen. It was absurd. And this is how they announced that it was Julian Alvarez, because we all assumed it was Olise. And there's a lot of people who said, like, I mean, is it Olise? And he's like, no, it's not Olise. The way he described it, it was basically Olise. And then out of nowhere, the announcement on Tuesday was it was Julian Alvarez. And everybody was kind of like scratching their head. What? Wait, what? I mean, he's very much well aware. The player wants to go to Barcelona. Barcelona won him. That's their main target for the season, right? And also, Atletico Madrid is having a fit about letting him go at all. They don't even acknowledge the reality that the player wants to leave, okay? And then Real Madrid is like, why don't we get in there? Yo, they're like, we need to be part of this. We want the drama. How can that drama happen over there without us? We need to just dive in there. So they release a press how they send a $150 million bid for Julian Alvarez. Now, a little pause for a second, because Barcelona's first bid price was $100 million. These guys came in with 150 off the bat. Okay? And I think this has some merit. I think the theory is that Perez hates him so much. Perez hates Barcelona. I mean, this guy, they're like the thorn in his back, okay? They haven't won. I'm not going to get into it. He hates Barcelona. And there's also a case. I think the case hasn't concluded yet, but so far there's no evidence that Barcelona used referees to fix matches. They need to find a proof that Barcelona fixed any games during their golden years. And Perez like, I was around their time, and really, realistically, if you look deep into the refereeing in La Liga in general, that's why no other team is backing this up at all. It's just Perez himself, and he's going crazy. That's one of the things that he did in the press conference, saying that Barcelona, they're cheaters. I have evidence that they're cheaters. I'm gonna submit it to UEFA, and this case is not over. Like I have clear evidence that these guys are cheaters, and obviously Barcelona fired back by saying, "Take that back." They told him to take it back or we will sue you. And obviously he's like, I'm doubling down on this. And they sued him. So there's a lawsuit also going on that Barcelona suing Perez for defamation towards their club. Because they're obviously, it's a smearing. They're smearing. They're saying that these guys are cheaters. And they're suing them. So he has to either take his word back, everything he said in those interviews that Barcelona are cheaters, or else they're going to court. And it looks like this could also go to court at the same time where the case is still ongoing. I think it was just a showing for him to say, let me inflate the price for, what is his name? Julio Alvarez. Barcelona's still broke. I mean, there's a news coming out saying that Laporta has to go in front of the board and ask them for another $1 billion. Is that what I'm hearing? Another $1 billion. I mean, there's so much money that's needed. Yes, we're slowly getting back, but there's so much money needed. That's what I'm saying. On the Madrid side, I mean, they're like, hey, let's sell. We have so much money. Truthfully, we can sell more stuff and get more money. And they're out here just throwing contracts that no one can compete. Absolutely no club in the world can compete. They're the most profitable club in the world, and they're also one of the best clubs in the world. That's a very dangerous combination because they have free sprawl of getting whoever they want. So yes, Perez submitted $150 million bid for Julian Alvarez, knowing very well that he was going to get rejected. But the fact that he said he had to say something, and Bayern already let him know, we are not selling club. And there's absolutely no way they would ever let go Olise for $150 million. It would be at least like Neymar level for them to let him go, honestly. And especially to Madrid, out of everybody, there's just no way. So yeah, so they made a huge announcement. They're like, hey, we went through the proper channel, and Atletico Madrid thanks us. Our relationship is great. And they rejected it, and it was fine. You know what I mean? We're good. That was it, and that was the end of it. Perez is happy because he did his submission. He promised he's going to get a player that's about 150. He put the submission. He got rejected. Not his fault. He's good to go. He's president again. Promise made. Promise served. That's from his perspective. So Atletico, I don't know who's controlling Atletico's Twitter, but these guys are hilarious. Okay, so they came out and they said, yo, you guys make us laugh more than Barcelona makes us laugh because you guys are just liars, okay? And also, we have to be good. We're neighbors. We have to be friends. But really, if you genuinely want to be friends, why don't you stop stealing our academy players? Okay, all right, we're just like, whoa, let's calm down. Can we just chill out? Can we just get a break? So that wasn't the end of Perez' ego games, okay? So he knows that Bernardo Silva is leaving Manchester City, okay? And he wanted to go to Barcelona. He's been saying he wanted to go to Barcelona. But the problem going to Barcelona is that they're brokies. This guy is on, what is that, like $19 million a year contract? We can't afford that. And he's a midfielder. We have so many midfielders. Truthfully, Barcelona fans, I'm a huge fan of him. But I think his time has passed. The position that he would fight for, they're just better players at Barcelona. So they basically told him, that's the story. I'm just going by the story. The story is that they told him, like, hey man, we would love to have you, but you will not have that much of an important role. You might be second to third to fourth string. You know what I mean? And also we have to cut your salary to $8 million instead of $19 million. So he's like, man, that's. And he was still like, oh, let me think about it. And then Atletico came around, and they're like, yo, we heard Barca is broke, okay? But we'll let you do whatever you want. You'll be a starter. You'll be the main guy. And we'll give you $10 million. Now, that's very enticing. He's like, yeah, dude, that sounds amazing. You know, because obviously he's still in his prime, he thinks. And he wants to keep playing. Rightfully so. And then, out of nowhere, Madrid heard about this. And they're like, this is it. We need to be part of this. Why are we getting out of the conversation? We need to get ourselves involved. So out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, I think it said the day that he was supposed to sign a contract with Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid immediately called him up, and they're like, yo, $12 million a year, starter position. What? I don't even know how people think that's any kind of He immediately was like, say no more. He did an interview before the transfer happened, and they were talking to him, hey, when are you going to make your decision on where you're going to go play? And he was like, "Hey, there's no reason to hurry. We need to wait. I want to wait until the World Cup. All my focus is on World Cup." And then out of nowhere, before the World Cup, here we go. Bruno Silva going to Real Madrid. Just like that. Money talks. Money talks. And also the fact that it's Real Madrid. You're getting better pay, and also your chance of winning the Champions League is pretty high. This guy won a lot of league titles. He doesn't need league titles anymore. He wants a Champion League. So I'm happy for him. Like I hope it goes well for him. But I don't know how much this brings. I don't fear. I have no fear. I think we're still killing it next year, guys. The only fear I have is that if we don't get Joe Alvarez, we need to get Joe Alvarez. We have to stop hunting for wingers. We don't need wingers. We need Julio Alvarez. That's all we want. I think that's all we can afford. Anthony Gordon, whatever. But Julio Alvarez. Anyway, let's go to the World Cup. So the World Cup is happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. And obviously, we're in a time where the whole world hates America because Trump is president. And the way this administration has been handling the immigration situation, people are not a fan. The world is not a fan. So coming here, there's a lot of people, why are we having it in America? Why America? They don't even want us there. And nevertheless, they came and they saw. And I listen. Let me just say this. Let me just side quest to the conversation. America's pretty great. I don't want to go too deep into it, but like America's great. I don't care where you're from. It doesn't matter. What are the best places people say? Someone is Scandinavian. What's the other region they like to talk great about? Is it China? Is it Japan? Whatever the great country you have in your mind, they're nothing compared to America. We're talking about 50 states. We're talking about 50 states. The dialogue literally changes from one coast to the other as you're driving. The richness of I don't want to listen, and that's the thing. That's one thing that the fact that when Trump became president, a lot of people just completely forgot what is America all about. Okay, like the actual all the stuff we have. You should be privileged. You're the luckiest person in the planet simply by being born in this country. Yeah. 100%. You can say you can be born in Qatar. Because really, if you're born in Qatar, you're immediately a millionaire. Really, a millionaire. But I'm talking about when it comes to opportunities of all kind. That's the reason why America will always be great. Is literally where you make unlimited amount of money. We just had our first trillionaire. At the end of the day, people care about money, and people would always want to come here because they want to make money. Simple as that. Forget all the extra stuff you can sprinkle on. Is simply our economy is so better than everybody else, and just the opportunity it gives. Really, it's more the opportunity than the economy. I'll just say that. But everybody forgot about it because Trump became president, and now we hate America. Everybody hates America. Even Americans hate America. So, bunch of the news, the bunch of the media we have, they're obviously not a fan of your boy. All right. Like, for example, from a news perspective, there was a shooting happen in Kansas City where England is going to be training. Now, the shooting that happened, it was a mass shooting, by the way. Not cool. Mass shooting. 9 people got shot. 3 were still there, and the ambulance came. 6 of them took themselves to the hospital. Now, this happened 3 miles away from the facility. Why are you connecting these two together? You get what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? And then the other one was that a referee got denied entry to America. Omar, he's from Somalia, okay? And people went crazy. Like, I cannot believe this. This is the reason why we should have never had the World Cup in America. These guys don't even respect it. If you're in the World Cup, apparently, if you're in FIFA, you can just do whatever you want. It doesn't matter what the local law is. You can just you're expected just to let you do it. So people find out we don't do that. We don't play that. I don't know what kind of place they're coming from thinking that this is okay. It's not okay. And especially at a time where immigration subject is so touchy, right? From both sides. It's very touchy. So for FIFA, you should have done your work. You should have done the research to make sure that these refs are cleared. So what they did instead of doing that is that since Somalia is, I think they're on the ban list, so this guy, they got him like a embassy pass from Nigeria. So they're like, yo, this is too much complication. So that was the story at first, right? That's the story that was presented at first because you don't know the other side of the story yet, right? And everybody just went crazy. No, it's because he's Somalian. That's the reason why they didn't let him in, because Trump hates Somalians. That was the spectrum, and everybody was just going off. I mean, a bunch of legends came out and saying like this is disgraceful. This guy is a decorated ref and all this. America is not really that into soccer. They're not into soccer. They're really not into soccer. So even people came to me and they're like, hey man, the World Cup is here, but it just doesn't feel like it's happening here. Because America's so big. America's so big. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This place is so great because it's so big. So big. I can't describe to you how big it is. And when I just say big, I don't mean like big empty places of just nonsense, right? Big places that you can really, really marvel at. That's what I would say. Marvel at different climates, different. We have the greatest river in the planet in the middle of our country. Come on. I'm going to stop myself. So anyway, so it comes out the reason that this guy got denied was because he was affiliated with terrorist group. And after that, everybody just everybody, I mean this, went back to their hole, and then Canada stepped up. Now, Canada denied entry to Ghana player Thomas Preyes. Why? Why did they say no? Because he's a criminal. See, that's the thing. So we're actually a lot nicer than Canada. Canada doesn't take that at all. This guy is a criminal in another country, right? And they're like, no, dude, you can't come in. And nobody had a problem with it. That's what I'm saying. Nobody had a problem with Canada's law, but people had a problem with America's law. What does that tell you? First, it tells you that we're so great. Our own people can just shit on us, all right? Our own Americans can shit on us. And we're still great. We're still doing great. That's how great we are. And we don't do anything to them. We don't try to bully them or anything. They have the freedom to say whatever they want. Because we know we're great. Like, it's impossible. Now, this guy went back home. Omar went back home to Somalia. And he's a hero now. I mean, this guy is like 35. He's in his early 30s, bro. So this dude is going to get the ladies. If you see him videos, he can... This is the best thing to happen to him. That's all I'm going to say. But let's keep going. So the World Cup is happening. As you know... What are the favorites? What are the favorites? The big boys. Obviously, you got France. I mean, it's France, right? France is just like they have three national teams in France that are all worthy, right? And then you have Spain. Spain is very good this year, obviously simply because they have Lamar. And then you have Argentina. They have Lionel Messi. Not just Lionel Messi, but even the players that are in Argentina. These are champions. And I generally believe they're the dark horse in the sense of no one expecting them to win. But I think, yo. So my three picks would be Argentina, Spain, or, France, obviously. Those are the three teams to really take serious as winners, right? But there's always dark horses on the dark horses. You know what I'm saying? There's other teams that can come out. You got teams like Portugal. So one big thing for this year is people who are huge Cristiano Ronaldo fans. Now, as a Messi fan, the one thing we can always put on the table whenever there's an argument between Messi or Ronaldo is World Cup. Now, this is their chance to really even up the playing field, right? Even for Ronaldo himself. Like, this is very important to him. And truthfully, he's not the best, obviously, because, he's old. But his team, this is the best Portugal team. Their midfielder is stacked with just greatness, right? And then their front three is Ronaldo and still great players. So really, even if he's in the bench, they could still win this. They could generally win this. So I think they're my dark horse, and these three are my favorites to win the whole thing.